Hi Libra, this is going to be your 2022 cosmic forecast using the Tarot and Oracle. So we're out here in King of Wands energy at the start of the year in January. The King of Wands is our CEO type, very boss energy, at the helm, at the project, leading the way, strong card for leadership. It's also a really good omen for business, entrepreneurial endeavors and success in your overall plans or things that you've been putting a lot of your energy towards. It's also something that you just can't wait to show off, talk about, get going on, kind of feel like make some manifestations around, like you want to put this out to the world and you just can't wait. It's something that's really exciting for you. So in the month of February and March, I do have a couple of fives, 5 of Swords and the 5 of Pentacles. We're going to look at these cards together and pull more to clear them up too. But for me, this is just saying in February, you may be presented with something that you would do best kind of reconsidering or getting a second opinion on or some advice on. This is something that could sweep you up in an illusion of something, or you could just basically get bad advice. If it's bad financial advice, this is what I'm seeing for some potentially. If I was to pick out a block of the year where it's kind of like you overcoming challenges or seeing the truth of something or feeling like you're being tested more, I would say it is February, March, but we've got the whole rest of the year to go through. But this is going to be a time where you're going to want to take second opinions from people pretty seriously, and you are going to not be too hard on yourself either. So oftentimes we learn the most from our mistakes. The 5 of Pentacles in March. So this is when our confidence might be knocked a little, and this is sometimes a response to feeling like you messed up, and this is 5 of Swords energy. How did I fall for this? How did I kind of think that this was what really was happening when all the red flags were there, or I was even being told and I just kind of ignored that advice? In the 5 of Pentacles energy in March, you might just be saying oh, I wish I listened to my gut instinct on something. It's also a time where we're lacking a little bit of self-worth, or we feel down, or we kind of are downtrodden in our mind, feeling like we're replaying all these things that everyone has ever said to us that has knocked our confidence. But we're going to clear it up. Okay, so the first major arcana comes in April with the High Priestess. This is the energy of some sort of a spiritual awakening, spiritual revival or renaissance within your soul. There is a Neptune-Jupiter conjunction in the sign of Pisces in April 2023. This is going to be the time where themes come to the forefront on the collective, such as compassion, transcendentalism, romanticism. It's going to be a really nice cultural and spiritual revival and renaissance. We're thinking very romantic vibes here, very mystical, magical and ethereal. You're having some sort of a download in the month of April, Libra. Something is very clear to you. Your intuition is so on point and everything is starting to make sense to you now. Something that had perhaps been bothering you about somebody. It doesn't have to be an Aquarius or anything like that, but something that had been bothering you about somebody during Aquarius season, I'm thinking. February kind of a time frame. So it doesn't have to be with an Aquarius, but in that time frame of the year, now you sort of see all that clearly and you were spot on with what you were thinking in February, you come to realize. So in the month of May, your plans for the rest of the year really start coming into action. There was something that you just needed to attend to in February and March. And basically, there was an important matter. It was not something that you were really looking forward to addressing or getting the ball rolling on, but it had to have been done for you to eventually move on and start making practical steps. And actually, we're starting to see some leaps and bounds being made here eventually in the month of May, after perhaps you feeling like it was a slower start to your endeavors this year. It's all about the timing. The Knight of Wands is saying now you're ready to progress. Now you're ready to get this move on. You're going to be quite busy in May. You've got a lot to do and you're going to be feeling very accomplished, like you're making headway now. Basically, lessons had to have been learned, tests and challenges of the fives, which are the most constricting numbers in tarot, had to have been faced and overcome, and now you have the clarity and wisdom that was necessary for you to gain so that you can just more successfully begin your mission in May and start to really see that kind of like ticking along nicely. Really, even like by June, you're swamped now. So you're busy with work. You have a lot going on. There's a lot you want to do. There's a lot you want to accomplish, and you really are. It seems between May and June is when a lot of results are going to be made manifest into reality. All that hard work behind the scenes, working away, now it's all coming to be known. It's coming out there. You've got a lot of things on your plate. So at this point, the project has, it's gotten off the ground at this point, and there's a lot. It's very multifaceted at this point is what I'm seeing with the 10 of Wands. So there's lots of different moving parts and things going on with that. So we're going into the second part of the year now and into the month of July with the 8 of Swords. So there's something that you are dying to talk about, really want to say, really want to do, but there's a part of you that's kind of limiting yourself. There's a part of me that thinks that something before has happened, Libra, where it didn't go as you expected. And even though you've got all these really good ideas, you're sort of holding on to some feeling that, oh, well, that didn't go how I planned before, and I don't want to waste my time again on that. So you're holding yourself back from doing something that is actually kind of seems to be calling you forward to do it. Now this is the month of August, so a new opportunity arrives in the month of August, something that seems very exciting to you, something that you really wouldn't want to pass up. I don't think you are dying to just like thumbs up, yes, like sign me up as soon as possible. It may be some sort of a reflection back to the start of the year when you had this feeling of you could take on anything, you could do anything you wanted. Now come August, it's that same energy and more. It's a new opportunity. So keep your eye out for what comes up that's going to be exciting in the month of August. I'm going to clear up these cards anyways. September, 7 of Pentacles. So this is about hard work, commitment, seeing something through to the other side, even when you have other more fun things you want to do. It's September. It's this practical back to school energy in the air. We're getting the things what needs to be done behind the scenes, caring for ourselves so that the final manifestation can take place. So, funny enough, Libra, the only major arcana card you have so far is the High Priestess. So the biggest soul growth of the year looks so far, we're going to clear them up, of course, there may be more majors, looks so far to be around April, when there is a kind of a spiritual awakening happening or a breakthrough, and you just like having proof to yourself, I guess, that your gut instinct is always on point, never to doubt it. There's a lot coming through that we'll have to clear up. So by 7 of Pentacles in the month of September, I feel like you're just progressing towards naturally this point of completion. It's not even clear what it is yet. I don't see what it is yet. There's a couple of sevens in the reading now, 7 of Pentacles or 7 of Wands as well. Like you are pushing towards something in 2022. I feel like the biggest shift for me looking at this reading for 2022 is something that's internal, Libra. There is a major internal change this year, and it's happening in the first half of the year. It looks around April. Now in August, there are new opportunities coming in, and they look like they could be more of an external source for sure, but there's a major soul growth happening on the inside, and it could be very private for you. So in the month of October, this is the 10 of Swords. So you're about done with something, and a bigger cycle is ending in October for you. This kind of felt like it was wrapping up anyway in June, and you're really done with it at this point. We'll clear that up. So for November, December, the 6 and 7 of Wands, this is when you are feeling yourself, you're feeling accomplished, you're where you want to be by the time the year ends. You're motivated, you're highly energized, you have gotten the acclaim and the consideration and approval that you need. This is like, you know, the leadership that you're showing in January, Libra. We don't want anything to have manifested too egoically in the Six of Wands. Make sure that you're still doing your mission statement for the true reasons, for inspiring others, from leading from the heart, less so for any like external validation. And I think you'll be good. The Seven of Wands, or not even external validation, but for the wrong reasons. This is maybe something that you're offering as a service. So it should be just as a service, right? Without any strings attached, I'm seeing. But overall, you have a lot of motivation, success, determination. You've got a really good backing behind you by December. And I'm really excited to get into these cards and clear them up. Your Oracle card for 2021, during my manifest, I had meditated for you guys, and I just kind of wanted to clear my mind and see if there's any messages coming through for the year 2021. So then I just pulled an Oracle card and put that around 2021. 8 Immortals it's called, but it's number 9. Okay, that's fine. This says, the messages you have been receiving that are unconditionally loving, fearless, and encouraging of you to grow and be your true high self are from your higher guidance. The 8 Immortals and other beings of divine light and divine love are guiding you. It is safe to follow these messages now. Doing so will bring you greater joy. Maybe you did feel stronger messages coming through in the month of, or the year 2021. It does seem like that's going to continue for you, especially around April. I'm seeing that High Priestess energy. We're going to pull another Oracle card for what 2022 has in store for you at the end too. This goes on to say that sometimes you may question whether you are in contact with genuine spiritual guidance or engaging in wishful thinking. Genuine guidance is simple, clear, and repetitive. When you ask for confirmation, it will come. The more open you are, the more quickly the confirmation can reach you in the form of signs, conversations, and serendipitous happenings. It is, in fact, confirmation and guidance that can be instantaneous and in the form of multiple unconnected sources. Like the universe is playing a joyful, loving game with you. The guidance will be uplifting and helpful. Sometimes it will ask you to take a step that feels challenging, and yet true guidance always proves itself, that it only asks of you what is in right and highest and best for you at that time. And that will be for all involved in that situation. It is no good to be careful and discerning about the quality of guidance that you are seeking, but it is usually an easy task to identify the guidance that is not of a higher vibrational variety. It will be judging of you and others. It will not feel right. Even if genuine guidance feels like it is asking you to do something unexpected or that feels like a real stretch for you, it will still feel right in your own heart to do so. Genuine guidance, even when challenging, brings a sense of rightness and peace into your heart, whereas lower vibrational guidance or thoughts or wishful thinking does not bring you any deeper peace. It simply confuses you and confirms judgment. It isn't nearly as helpful. Okay, so there may have been different kinds of messages coming through in 2021, and you had to use your discernment as to which were higher vibrational messages and I guess lower vibrational messages. Your work is beginning, I mean, that work could still be continued in the beginning part of 2022. Who knows? I think now, Libra, we should just clear up these cards and see what else is coming through for you. Okay, Libra, let's get going and clear up these cards for you. The King of Wands, let's go deeper into the month of January. This looks very confident, strong, energized, and fulfilled. What else do we need to know about the King of Wands for January? The Knight of Pentacles. So we have that energy coming through for us in May also, Libra, right here. So it's possible that what you are initiating in January that looks like it's going to bring you a lot of success, and the harvest seems to come on this in around May, okay, with the Knight of Pentacles. So it does look like who you're in touch with, be it a fire sign or an earth sign or neither, who you're talking to, who you're in touch with, who you're making plans with, who you're progressing with, or who you're coming, or like even if it isn't like a person you know personally or by name at this point, it's like like a colleagues, it's like a team of people. I'm thinking like a class of people, sort of like a network of people or some sort of collab. It might be a duo, some sort of a collaborative duo, but that looks like it may come into manifestation much more so by the time we get to the month of May. But you're talking to good people, it seems like, and you know, for some of you, you're expressing in January to somebody, you know what, this is you, I'm imagining, Libra, I'm hearing you say, I wish that I did this differently, or I'm not happy with how that went before. So that's why this time I'm going to try a different approach. I'm going to have more confidence when I do it, because when I did that before, I just didn't have the confidence. I'm hearing you say before I didn't have the confidence. That's why it maybe didn't turn out to be as successful as you had hoped or something like that. But this time in January, you have this really strong sense of inner confidence. So we should look at, okay, I'm going to put this card back, the Strength card. If it comes through again, we will, you know, remember we've seen it. We will take what we can from it at that point. But for now, unless the Strength card is just saying at this time with the Five of Swords and the Five of Pentacles, yes, February, March look like they are challenging for you, or there are some adjustments or changes that you need to make. So let's look at the Five of Swords for February. The Four of Wands. This kind of tightening energy or change that is needing to be made looks like it's happening around where you live, what you call home. It could be around like some sort of a property you own, or else this change is coming through in a corporation sort of a sense of the word. And maybe like you were like, I don't know, I'm feeling like really big corporations are annoying you or bothering you at this time. Otherwise, it looks like the change that occurs is about where you're laying down roots, or where you're imagining like your home and living situation to be. Maybe you're looking for new roommates at this point. Maybe you're moving out of home at this point. But you have to make some careful readjustments, and something is changing for you, I feel, around the living situation by February. Or some, especially like if you live with family members, or people like you as closely would call family. So the month of March, I'm not going to clear up every card, but at the beginning of the year, I just want to get through some of these like these sort of fives right now. Let's see what is going on in March. Five of Pentacles, clearing it up with the Ace of Cups in reverse. Okay, so there is some sort of a situation, this change happens kind of quickly right now, and you just can't hold on to it anymore, okay? You are holding on to something that is slipping through your hands at this point, and you know what, the cracks are very exposed in a situation in your life right now. It may be an emotional one, but it may be with something within yourself, like it's this self-confidence again, and that's really what I'm seeing. Maybe that's why the Strength card showed itself there, like that is the embodiment of inner strength, but like very confident in all of your actions and endeavors, and just like being here and being alive. I'm seeing like by February, March, there's this kind of mission for you to find some sort of stability where you are. Like it feels like you don't feel very grounded in February, and it's like limiting your self-confidence, and it's sort of like your lack of belief in yourself. And this Ace of Cups is there. It's still showing that, you know, you do have so much love around you, support around you, that even yourself, Libra, you are your own best friend, and you've got your back, okay? But this is the thing here. It's saying that this is only it's dying to creep through for you, so that you can just be surrounded with more Ace of Cups upright, like love and abundance around you at this time. But it is like something has suddenly changed for you, and you're feeling a little unhappy about how that connection has shifted in some way, but this is all for you to learn how to love yourself fully and have the self-confidence that you need, because in January it seems you have it, and you're going to be needing it again come June and July. So let's have May and June. Let's have a look now. The Ace, or the High Priestess, basically is an important card to clear up. Still our only major arcana. Wow. So I'm expecting some big messages coming through. What can Libra expect for April? What are all of these psychic downloads or breakthroughs or pearls of wisdom gained? Oh my goodness, I couldn't make it up, Libra. At the bottom of the deck, the High Priestess. Beautiful. See, that's why I love using these cards, so the synchronicities are obvious like that. The Chariot, ready to go now. And Libra, actually, it's funny, we have the High Priestess, and underneath that again, the Seven of Wands, where we end up at the end of the year. But I'm skipping ahead now. The Chariot and the High Priestess. So the download that comes to you, and to me, it's coming pretty damn strongly in April. Do not ignore your gut in April. Especially, okay, so this is coming through, especially if you're dealing with anyone who's trying to sell you something, who's trying to sell you a position, who's trying to sell you a car, who's trying to sell you something that just sounds bogus to you or doesn't sit right in your heart and soul. So you got to be discerning. The High Priestess is extremely discerning, but because they became twice, there seems like there is a discernment and a choice that needs to be made, and you need to be sure you're making the right choices right now. You're about to level up in a huge way in April. The wisdom just has to be gained. This might be why there seems to have been more challenges or tests to overcome, or just readjustments and changes made in February, March, so that in the new zodiacal year, remember, metaphorically, we die in Pisces season, February, March, the last sign of the zodiac, with old age and wisdom gained at that point. We're reborn in Aries season as this taking charge, putting themselves out there, screaming, crying baby. So there's certain things that we do not want to take with us karmically into the new zodiacal year as we're reborn. So we try and let go, forgive who needs to be forgiven in Pisces season. That's how we can spiritually transcend and karmically cleanse and purify ourselves, so that we're not taking any more baggage. I mean, this is really you upgrading, you going to the next level in a huge way. So how funny is that all those major arcana cards decided to wait and come out around this? I knew that was going to be a big message for you, Libra. That the major arcana cards being sort of like soul growth, evolutionary catalyst. That was going to be pretty big for you. Let's see, you're working on something in May. That's fine. Okay, so you're still working on this project in May. That's great. Come June, you're feeling a little overburdened with the amount of work that you are holding on to at this moment. Let's see, let's clear up June, the Ten of Wands. Okay, so the Page of Swords came through there. By asking somebody for help, you could take a real weight off your shoulder, I'm seeing. You have a lot of ideas to share at this time. I feel like this is when things are about to really get going for you. You have things, you're almost done with all the hard work. Now you're ready to this is the kind of the writing, the editing, the publishing, the content creation, the expression of the words, media, all of these things. So now it's almost ready to be voiced out and intellectualized and brought forward into the human consciousness, expressing yourself, expressing the whole finished project. But it's almost done, and it looks like it's about to go really well. The Eight of Swords. Okay, so come July, you feel kind of trapped by something that I feel like you wanted to say something and maybe you didn't say it. And you wish you had. Let's have a look at the Eight of Swords for the month of July. The Eight of Wands. Okay, so 2 8s there. 8's the number of transformation. So things are definitely changing around this time of the year for you. You just have this massive download, or your wisdom comes to manifestation, or your psychic ability, or your spiritual download. Your spiritual awakening could even happen. And then it's well, that's intense. And that wouldn't surprise me if, you have some 10 of Swords moments after a spiritual awakening, 10 of Wands, all of these things. And of course, the Ace of Wands, they come true as well, just as much. But something happens where you shift into a new direction, a new trajectory, a new timeline is born in April for you. And it was so necessary for this to be trusted in, just the timing of how this was all going to unfold for you. So it seems like you're quickly changing the way you do things this month. It seems like in July, you're saying like, I want to just go take a trip. I want to just be free. I want to get on the high road. And it's sort of like this just road trip energy, or just this sense of freedom. And it's the opposite. It's like taking off these ties and breaking free, and then just hitting the open road energetically and taking off. Maybe you literally will be taking a big road trip like that, but something very freeing happens. It's like, okay, if this is a spiritual awakening, this is the kind of awakening to the fact that you have to take a journey to unpack everything that you had once known or understood or conceptualized. And there's resistance there because your brain, the swords, wants to cling to what's familiar and what's already known, so that you can feel it can send messages to your cells, to your nervous system, to say, oh, you're safe, don't worry, you're in your comfort zone, everything is fine here. But after a spiritual awakening, how can that be? How can you go back to thinking how you thought before, seeing the world how you saw it before? You see it now with a lot more clarity. And then basically what happens is you have to have the courage not to kind of go back and try and convince yourself that you didn't really see the truth or become enlightened, and then you move on and you transform and a new journey, new path unfolds. But we just have this kind of back and forth, if it is something like that, until you finally like break through. Ace of Wands. Okay, so a new opportunity coming through in the month of August. What is this opportunity going to look like? Like I said, this could be just a brand new perspective, even how you're seeing the world, Libra. The Ace of Wands in August is going to look like, ooh, the Ten of Swords again. So we have this here. I'll clear this up. So the issue, again, why I like seeing this, so the issue of the Ten of Swords happening in October really starts to build in the month of August, it seems. So between August and September, October, there's a situation building that you basically don't want to carry through with you afterwards. So you're getting very clear about what this situation is, and it's coming to your attention now what simply can't continue in your life anymore, Libra. And this is saying that something needs to come to an end. The new opportunity is going to look like you having to something like quit a job to take the new opportunity. That sort of an ending is taking place in your life, and for you to pursue the new opportunity, and you want to pursue the opportunity because you've wanted this to end anyway for a while. And then it does look like that might become more solid or more permanent, the final ending of this particular energetic cycle for you in the month of October. But by the month of August, you're like, no, I know I want to do this. So maybe it's just the inspiration and download that you're ready to change something or end something. The Seven of Pentacles. Okay, so that's just you working your way through this. Let's see when we get to the Ten of Swords again here in the month of October. So Libra, what did you choose to kind of terminate or break through on or make a break away from? The Five of Wands, something that had caused you a lot of strife. Another five here. So the Five of Wands, Five of Pentacles, Five of Swords, like I said, they're more contracting. The Hierophant is number 5. That was at the bottom of the deck. But this is basically a welcome ending because it had been so much drama, so much pettiness, so much kind of bullshit at this point, because, you know, maybe you were willing to persevere with something for the first part of the year, Knight of Pentacles, but like, was the drama really worth it? And it's just become like kind of like a laughable situation, or something that you can't even really take seriously yourself anymore at this point. And then look what happens. You succeed in your mission. It was just this one energetic cord that needed to kind of be cut before you can get back to where you wanted to be at the start of this year, 2020. So we've gone all the way through now, and now you're back in your wand energy by the end of the year. This is like maybe the case of like 5 of Wands, 6 of Wands, 7 of Wands. The haters can't keep you down, Libra, and this becomes very obvious by the end of the year. Yeah, this is very much like the haters Ha ha ha, you can't keep me down, and like can't keep a good thing down. This is very Leo energy, 5, 6, 7, and King of Wands. So dealing with the Leo this year, Libra. So I'm just kind of thinking like this is maybe something to do with fame, celebrity, recognition, royalty, glamour, luxury, all these Leo themes. Maybe you had a very luxurious start to the year in January 2022, Libra. So let's see. 6 and 7 of Wands. We'll just pull one card to clear up this for you. What is this final couple of months of the year looking like? Okay, the Sun card at the bottom of the deck, Leo's lumen or ruling planet, let's say. So maybe dealing with that in a sign in a bigger way. You've got the Queen of Pentacles. Oh, I love this. So the sun is shining on you at the end of the year now, Libra, and your victory is very close in sight for you. It's becoming very much in focus now, or seen for you now, this victory that's in sight. And it's not all just up in the air at this point. It's been grounded now into reality. You're taking something from it. You're taking a piece of the pie. You're taking your cut as such. And you can really see this thrive and grow, and boy, are you happy and satisfied and thriving by the end of 2022. Lovely. Let's pull a card now, an oracle card for your year 2022. So Libra, if you want to take a deep breath with me now. Okay, just so we're grounded again, Libra, and back in the present moment. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for sticking with me and taking a glimpse like this into some of the themes that could appear for you in 2022. This is going to be a glance into 2022 using an oracle. Let's see what message is coming through for you as guidance or support at this time. It is the Dynasty of the Divine Mother. So that's number 8, funnily enough. So you've got number 8 and 9, Dynasty of the Divine Mother, number 8. So this is going to reveal some messages, hopefully, for 2022. It says, the only wish of the Divine Mother Goddess is that all beings be spiritually free. The Divine Goddess calls us to realize our true nature, to fall in love with our own divinity. Enlightenment, just inspired. There was only 2 major arcana cards in the whole reading. Not too many at all. Oh no, my bad, 3. But they're all very much about progress, the Chariot, and enlightenment, the Sun and the High Priestess. So that could be a really big theme for you in the year 2022, Libra, a spiritual awakening like that. So enlightenment is the culmination of many small steps, each one as a drop of water, forming a divine ocean of peace, realization, love, and unity within us. An ocean that washes away fear, separation, and scarcity, and bathes us in abundance and bliss. You carry the torch of enlightenment within you, beloved. Let it shine each day. Sometimes we imagined enlightened beings to be another species to everyday humans, yet there is an old Eastern saying that goes, before enlightenment, chop wood, carry water. After enlightenment, chop wood, carry water. I love that. Enlightenment is made manifest through the small actions we take each day. Sometimes the smallest actions can feel like an enormous leap, and yet, even when that action is taken, we realize that the journey into peace is something we can choose to take at any moment. The Dynasty of the Divine Mother is her spiritual legacy, her endless compassion for human suffering, and the intent to lift humanity out of ignorance into peace, which shines through Oriental goddesses like Kuan Yin, Green Tara, and Mazu. I've never heard of Green Tara or Mazu. I will look into those. This oracle indicates that your spiritual legacy is important on this planet. You are a channel for the divine of the Divine Mother. For a channel for the Dynasty of the Divine Mother, for the enlightenment of all beings. We contribute the Divine Mother's dynasty through our choices, creations, and from the inner moments that we hold to the projects in which we invest the energy, time, and money. These become part of the spiritual legacy that we pass on for generations to come. The Divine Mother now guides you to release your soul, to realize that your soul is moving closer to personal enlightenment and beginning to live in the present from moment to moment. You're asked to surrender ideas about what enlightenment may look like or feel like and realize where it is already emerging within you. You will also receive guidance about your spiritual practice on a daily basis soon. You may be drawn to meditate in a different way, to work with sacred words and prayers, Tai Chi or Qigong healing hearts, or get acupuncture or massage more regularly. Listen to your heart. It knows unity and that the seed of enlightenment already within it, and follow your inner guidance. This is also a card not to fear your spiritual path or appear to be losing some focus to matters in the day-to-day world. Your spiritual focus will return when the time is right, but for now, look to what is happening in your life as spiritual practice and trust that you are progressing with perfection. I love that because, like I said, like there's not a whole host of major arcana here, so you might be expecting like this spiritual breakthrough or your journey to enlightenment to feel like these pivotal, groundbreaking, earth-shattering kind of realizations, but it's in fact in the day-to-day life and challenges. And these cards are numerically high, 10s, 8s, 7s. Like that is progression, okay, through the journey of the wands, the swords, whatever it may be. So don't doubt that you're progressing, Libra, even if it doesn't seem like it's like these big like standout occasions. And that doesn't just have to be for a spiritual journey. That can be anything you're putting your focus on: a relationship, a job, an endeavor, a mission this year. Even, you know, there's a lot happening in the day-to-day and those challenges being overcome. And then the Sun card at the end of the reading, all will hopefully become clear. Libra, thank you so much for watching. Take care and see you soon.